let's get started. There's a lot of things that we could talk about, but there's one thing I always talk about, and that's being a man. There's a lot of things that really has have to, go or work together in order for you to actually be a man. You can be grown, that's over 21. You know what? God damn it. Let me go get my phone and make sure my phone is working. Move, girl. Hey, Siri. Call radio show. Yeah, I got it. Okay, and it's working too. All right, you guys. You guys can call and ask whatever question you have to ask, because this is cool. Now, let's keep going. Some people see what I do as, me living in the past. No, because you got to think about this. Take any person that's done something that was a highlight of their life. Let's say a basketball player. You think he's not going to talk about that basketball when he in his 60s and 70s? He going to still be known as that basketball player or that politician. But he ain't going to be living in the past because he's thinking about that. He's actually basking in the glory of what he did. That's what he's actually doing. If if you are truly being the best you can be 100% of the time, are you better than those around you? See, a lot of you guys would be too shallow to answer that. But I will answer it. My answer is yes, I am. Yes, you are. Because the average person is not 50% of what they could possibly be. And here you are being 100%. You got to understand that. You got to understand that it is a such thing as you being better than people around you. Caller, what's going on?
What's up, my brother? Hey, I seem to be attracting women that I'm not necessarily attracted to. Almost like, you know what I mean? Where
Hey, bro, stop.
Yep.
Listen, life is funny. So, do you really know what you like?
Yeah, I've been.
Hey, man, listen, I don't want to hear all
people.
that. I want to hear you tell me what kind of woman you like.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would say she has a backbone and a soft side. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but listen to me. What I'm trying to get you to see is that you're never going to attract the woman you really want until you know what you want. Because most of you don't give a fuck about how the woman really is, as long as she got ass and titties and a pussy.
100%. Yeah, I mean, it's just like as long as she's a woman
So what I'm talking about, bro, is addressing your question. Not question, but addressing your situation. You seem to be attracting ain't shit women. Now, do you think you're the only one attracting them? Are those kind of women?
I didn't think of that. Probably not. I assume they're dating.
Hey, bro. This is a talk show, but you ain't supposed to do all the talking just to say what you have to say.
I'll just say no.
Okay, so what I'm saying is you need to realize the things you're not doing to attract the kind of woman you really want. You haven't identified. First of all, you don't know who she is. You don't know where you're going to meet her. You don't know what time you're going to meet her. You don't know what day you're going to meet her. But you're looking for the bitch. How can you actually meet her?
It really needs to be defined, almost like a goal.
Bro, you gotta understand what I'm trying to tell you. What I'm saying is you are one of those guys that want everything or this or that. I'm one of those guys that go get it. I'm gonna spend about 5 seconds wanting something, and I'm gonna spend the rest of my energy getting it. Period. You are not looking for this woman. You're daydreaming like all the other dudes are. You're not being real with yourself. You haven't described that woman you really want because you don't know who she is. You have no idea. Of course you want her to have titties in the pussy, but unless her pussy is going horizontally instead of vertical, I'm saying she's going to be like every other bitch. Period.
Can I flip this question around you? Have you exactly defined what you want in a woman?
Yeah, I want a woman not only with a backbone, but I want a woman damn near as sharp as me. I want a woman that can take the fucking truth, because I'm not finna candy coat shit to be with you. And the thing is, I want a woman, that's who I'm looking for now, because I done met her several times in my life. So this or that happened. But what I'm saying is, as far as me knowing what kind of woman I want, yes, I do. And when I meet her, I'm liable to be with her for a while. And then I'm like 73. So it's not like I'm planning on dying in the next few years or minutes. But what I'm saying is, I know it's not over for me. So I'm still a person with my principles and my priorities intact.
I hear that, man. So I guess once you have it defined, and then it's like you need to put yourself in the environment where she would be.
Hey, think about this. Are you a businessman at all?
Yes, sir.
Well, let me ask you this. Whatever business you in, don't you be in the environment where you can do business? Or don't you choose to go to the environment where you can do business? And if you're in an environment where you can't do business, you better not see some business, because that environment gonna change into a business environment, right or wrong?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So what I'm saying, bro, is in life, instead of you wanting shit, you gotta be a go-getter. You know, everybody wants something, but that's where they stop. They stop at wanting it. They don't go get it. They don't do the shit that, if you wanted to be the heavyweight champion of the goddamn world, what the hell do you think you better go do?
You got to train every day.
You're gonna have to do it. And at least if I'm seeing you doing it, I can believe that you possibly could be the champ if your skills get good enough. But if I don't never see you working out, and you talking about you want to be the heavyweight champion, you doing what I'm doing, how the fuck can that make sense?
Right. So it's almost like a lot of people including, you could say, myself. I'm not afraid to say that.
That's the first step.
Stuck
That's the first step to taking care of business, bro. Admitting that you part of that shit.
Yeah, you get stuck in your head. You end up just spinning your wheels for 20, 30, 40 years. Could be your lifetime, you know?
Bro, so what we gonna do with yours? As far as
myself,
no, listen. As far as you was finna say, you've been attracting the wrong kind of women, and I wonder if you was gonna ask what to do about
it. yeah. That's what I'm about to do is ask what to do about it because it seems the last.
Let me ask you something, bro. Let me ask you something. Have you discovered what to do about it?
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly almost like turning them down. You know, not giving them the time, even though it feels good to be around.
I'm not going to say you right or wrong, but what I am going to say, before this conversation, you had no idea of what to do. Right now, you're just reacting to realizing you can do something. But that may or may not be what you should do. You have to let this marinate in your life for a while. And you got to deal with this shit thinking the way we're talking. And if you deal with it, you still there, caller?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let somebody else calling in.
Yeah. Nope.
Hey, caller, you got to hold on, all right? Okay, my first caller. Let me just make sure we understand that long as you know something to do, you're going to do it, right? Oh, wait a minute. What happened? Now he ain't there. Ah, shit. Okay. I got two callers here. Hey, caller.
What's up, bud?
Oh, this is this is the first call. I mean, the caller that just called in. I'm looking for. Okay, this is him again. Shit. All right. You the guy that just said, "Hey, bud, what's going on?"
What's up, bud, man? How you doing, boss man?
Bro, I'm doing good, man. What's going on?
Okay. Cool, bro.
Dude, you don't sound serious, man.
Doing good, man. You know what I mean?
I didn't ask you none of that goddamn shit. You ain't listening. That mean you ain't being serious. Hey, caller, you there?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Just kicking back, man. You know what I mean? To doing Arsenal to Bud stuff. You know,
bro, you full of shit. So get out of here. Caller, what's up?
Hey, I was just on the other line.
Hey, man, I'm sorry. That was me. I lost you. But it wasn't even worth going to get the call. My point is to you that that's what this is about. At least because no one can do anything for you. You're gonna have to do You're gonna have to do everything, but that means you're gonna have to start thinking a little differently about what the fuck you're thinking about. Because the way you've been thinking about it has been bringing you the same results. Doing the exact same thing, looking for a different outcome is like the definition of what, bro? Insanity.
Yeah, we all know. We all know the adage.
Yeah. So you got to do some different shit, and at least now you see that it's not out of your reach. All you got to do is put your mind to it, and you know what's going on in your life, and you know the best way to handle it for you. I can tell you some shit that may work, but that's not what you need to do. You need to discover what will work so that you can keep it working.
100%. Yeah, it's just been interesting where it's like you really need to close it down. If you're like, hey, I'm not feeling this, instead of riding with it because it's the only girl available or only couple of girls available, you just got to say, this ain't me. You know,
Hey
my
man,
time.
the first thing you gotta do is be real with who the fuck you are
Yeah.
and who you
Yeah.
want or what kind of woman you want. I'm saying all of that can be defined. Not that it should be defined, but it's best to know what kind of woman you want. Now, when you're dealing with those kind of women that you want, you're meeting them. So it's not about I met one that is cool. You're going to meet one that's cool. But you should understand because you met one does not mean you don't supposed to meet 2, 3, and 4. You're supposed to meet however many women you can so you can not be stuck in a rut because you met this one girl and stopped. No, you meet a whole bunch of women and you see them all until one of them strikes your goddamn fancy. That way you're choosing from a pool of women. You're not choosing from a woman. That's what dudes do. They cut themselves off from the pool of women so they can be with this one woman, and they don't even know anything about this one woman. They don't really know if she is the kind she may be. I'm not saying she's not. I got brothers and I have sisters that's been married 60 plus years. So I know it's a such thing as staying around, hanging in, you know, to the thick and thin. My mom and dad was married until they died. So, you know, hey man, so what I'm saying is it's not like I don't know or haven't seen references to believe what I'm saying. It's just that I have not met a woman like my dad met a woman that he liked and she happened to fulfill whatever the fuck as far as being that woman, and they stayed together because they was for each other. Same with my brothers and sisters that's like that. But me, I had women 25, 30 years, but it ended. my mom then they didn't end until one of them was in the ground.
Wow. And I do have to ask this. I mean, I assume you, over the course of your lifetime, you've met many women, but you've only really committed to X amount. You know, would you say that hundreds of women?
Listen, I have no number, but I do know it's a lot of women I've met. But I was committed to each and every one of them that was worth committing to. And that didn't mean one at a time for X amount of years. Because when I had them 25 years and stuff, it was 2 of them there, 3 of them there for 18, 20 years. They've been with each other all that time. But what I'm saying is, it's not about them. It's about me. It's about what I do to earn that shit. What I do to make them feel like it's still the first day. Because if you think about it, the way you catch her is the only way you're going to keep her.
100%.
Yeah, but think about this, bro. How many people, when they get together, after a month or 2, they change?
I've seen that. How about 5 years later, you see the guys, you know, gain 30 pounds, you know, sitting on a beanbag all day. You know what I mean? But
I know what you mean, bro. Yeah. And what I'm saying is, not that you got to be health conscious, but you got to be conscious of all the things we talking about when you talking to whoever the fuck you talking to. And first and foremost, you got to see several traits in her that you really like. If you don't see them, that don't mean she don't have them. But why do you think you want to spend time looking for the shit that you want? It should be there. She's not gonna have to look for the shit in you that she won't, because you know to show her all this shit. You know her. You became you so you can show her you. You didn't become you so you can hide from her. like a lot of these dudes.
And you talking that smoke today, man. It's on point. It's on point. And how can we? I think we can overlook the traits we don't like just for the companionship. But even you're like, damn, I don't really like that.
No, man,
aspect
no,
of her,
no.
you know,
You
and
cannot.
that's not right.
You cannot overlook anything. The smallest thing is really the biggest thing, because if it was that small, you wouldn't have noticed it. You can make it small. You can think of it as on the importance list of importance as something that's not that important, but because you noticed it, because it's on your radar, it is fucking important, and it's up to you to solve that shit. This is what's lacking in most dudes these days.
You're right, yo.
They don't want to solve shit. Listen, man, I'm very serious when I say this. I'm not saying you don't know this, but I've seen teenagers that didn't even know how to change a flat. I've had to call AAA because my daughter called me talking about she had a flat. Well, didn't you say you went out tonight? Yeah, he in the car right now. Well, don't he know how to change a flat? And she said no. Dude said no. What I'm saying is things have changed like a motherfucker, man. Things have changed.
They don't build their own houses anymore. They just want to move right in. You know
I don't blame that, man. I've been watching. I've been watching Life Below Zero, man. Them motherfuckers, they be in Alaska building their own shit. I really like that. But I'm honest, ain't no way in the fuck I can do it. I watch that shit for 24 hours in a row. And I'm telling you, man, I know I can't do it, but I love watching that shit. You know, killing them animals, skinning them, you know, using every part of the animal, all that shit. You know, I think a lot of that, but I know I'm real enough to know I could not do it. I couldn't do it.
I bet if you had to, you would, but you'd never have to, you know?
Well, if I had to, I would do my best. But what I'm saying is, you're right. I would never have to. I didn't really went off if something like that happened to me. Or I was in a damn crash and didn't know where I was, something like that. But bro, you got anything else, man? This was a good conversation, man.
Yeah. I think it was just I learned a lot from the conversation. I think we can get in a headspace of, if I leave this girl, and as you said, you need to have multiple to choose. If I lose this one, I'm not going to have another one, or, a scarcity mindset, while women, they can typically just go outside, jump on whoever hits on them in the club. Sometimes it can take a little longer for guys to link up with get their.
Hey, man, believe me, you're talking like a loser.
Yep, I definitely am. As I speak, I'm like, that ain't me.
Hey, dude, you're talking like a loser because a loser consider all that goddamn shit you talking about.
As I'm talking about it, I'm like, that's not the case. If I want it, I go out and get it.
You gotta believe that, bro. That's the way it is, man. Good call, man.
Yeah, all right, man. Have a good night.
All right, you too, bro.
All right.
See, the thing about, what we were talking about, it is making moves. If you don't make the move, how do you expect a result? You can't really expect a result if you don't do nothing to spark the result. If you're just waiting for shit, like most dudes do, they say they want this, but they want to become a scuba diver, but they never go deep sea swimming. They never get into the sea. Now, I still have dreams about me rolling down the blade and because I do. I don't try to go out and emulate what I dreamed. I know that that shit is part of my memory bank. And what I'm saying is, I don't fight my past, but I don't live in my past either. I'm doing things that's current. Now, last night, I dreamed I was out with Frost P, a friend of mine on the blade, and we rode up to a light, and this young Filipino looking woman, breaking her neck, looking and stuff. 'Cause I didn't mention Frost P rolling Rolls Royce and shit. So she asked if we were pimps. And I said, why, of course we are, madam. Are you a looker or a hooker? Now, she said, I don't know. Now, what you got to understand is if you don't see your action right there, if you don't see she's telling you to knock her off, then you don't need to be in the motherfucking game because shit goes over your head all the time. What I'm saying is, to be sharp, you have to see shit and you have to assess it quickly. But what I'm saying is, I could see what she was thinking. But before she could really answer, I quickly assessed that she was mine for the taking. So I asked Frost P to stop and let me out of the car to get at my motherfucking new bra. And I'll be damned if I didn't wake the fuck up. That shit was so real, I had to pat my pockets to see if she hit me. Because I thought she really did give me some money. My eyes, I really don't know how you see, but I see, way differently. I use my eyes. But what I'm really saying is, I fucking use my eyes to, my eyes show me things. I use my eyes and my thoughts. That's how I see. I don't really, I use my ears. All of this helps me see. Now, what I'm saying is, together, they form the kind of man I am. And if you don't know the kind of man you are, you're going to be subject just about for anything. Because if you are not sure of who you are, you're going to go for anything because that's what you try to be, anything or anyone. You're not exclusively you. Long as I don't let my emotions, dictate to me what's going on, I will be cool. So you got to think about shit. Why do so many good women choose the wrong man? And vice versa. Why do so many good dudes choose the wrong woman? See, part of that answer is the same for both men and women. Women listen to part of a conversation and they choose what they like about it. And long as what this dude looks like matches what they really liked about his conversation, he's in. And that's how it goes. If what the shit you saying look like if you look like the shit you saying, you could say it. That's the only way she don't know if she can believe it. Because I'm saying you can say whatever the fuck, but if you don't look like you supposed to be saying it, you're not gonna be believed. Now, with dudes, Most of us don't even listen to the conversation because our eye in our mind is on that prize, sex. Now, you got to understand what I'm finna say. What both sexes have in common is that neither one of them have interest in the particular person. Their interest is very limited in this person, but they are going on with the conversation because of whatever they think they should be doing. When either a man or a woman is out looking for a potential partner in life, it should dawn on you that you looking for a motherfucking mate. Hopefully a long lasting mate. So you gotta know this first encounter is the only encounter where you're gonna really see this person clearly. You're not gonna see this person clearly if you're not really checking her out. Any subsequent date or meeting, the male or the female both have planned on how to be or how to act. So you're not getting the real them. If any of you would take the time, to really see what a person is saying instead of hearing, and focusing on what you like about the conversation, you would have a better chance at meeting your mate. You can't fucking leave it up to the dating sites to do, what you should be a master at doing. Those sites can get all the information in the world on whoever, and only 30% of it would be useful to you. And you can get just a fraction of that information. And that fraction is going to help you come up with baby. Why? Because you're getting it in person from her. And you're getting to deduct your theories or come up with your theories from real live information. You're not theorizing. So this information you're getting is going to really be valuable to the actual situation. It's not going to be theory. So when a question is asked and answered, is basically theory. But when you get an answer to something you've been thinking about, but you didn't ask anybody, but you was looking for this answer, that's when you really get the truth. I've been quiet in these past few weeks, but it doesn't mean I haven't been busy. To the contrary, I've been quite busy. Every day brings new things for me to ponder, to see if I can add any of it to my already full list of things to do. The number one thing I need to do, and I need to add this to my repertoire ASAP, is no matter what, I need to allot me some me time. I know that probably sounds silly, especially since I'm a conceited bastard and everything I do in one way or another is for me. But this is where you need to be sharp and distinguish what's what. Because the shit I do is in the long run for me. Just about everything. But it's the mental aspect of life and my goals, which is what that's a continuous process of work. And that pushes me. Scenarios I create are to get you to, fucking think outside the goddamn box. It could be about shipbuilders. And hell of motherfuckers will respond, but I notice when I make it apparent, they'll be part of a learning experience. When I make it apparent that they're going to be part of a learning experience, none of them really respond. People are strange. When it's fun and games, most motherfuckers are all for it. But when it gets serious, they begin to duck and hide. And I don't understand that. This is, going to be an experiment for my class. And it's going to be to prove how fake people are. And naturally, you all going to prove me correct. Just a little more concentration will net you a lot more action. Concentration plus dedication will get you a little more traction. When you're down for your action, God damn it, dedication turns into a form of motivation. And when it does, let it control your ass. It'll control all your stagnation. If you do, you're gonna help you're gonna help with the castration. You're gonna help prevent. You're gonna help end the castration of men in this goddamn nation. You'll be what we think of as a great sensation. Who's gonna change? This crazy fucking generation. Then we'll all belong to one faction of man. That's where I want to be. Just a little more tact and accepting of these goddamn facts. We all can be men of action. That's why I kick it with my nigga Tay. I gotta call my motherfucking nigga every day damn near. Well, it ain't been every day lately. I usually call that motherfucker 4 or 5 times a week. But I might have been, reduced to 1 or 2 in the last, few weeks. Don't know particularly why, except, nigga be busy. He be busy. I guess when you get older, and it ain't that many reels are kicking with, you need to holler at one of the ones that's still here. I guess, so you won't think of this shit as a dream. Because it could be a long fucking dream. If it is, or if it was a dream, I really don't want to wake up. I don't ever want to fucking wake up. Now, I just got off the road from Oakland. It wasn't I just did it, but I really just thought about it. Burying my brother Gene. He was one of my older brothers. May he rest in peace. I don't know. It's funny, but as I typed, I guess it really isn't. Almost every time I finish a show or a video, I get a lot of dudes saying how glad they are that I'm still doing what I'm doing. And inevitably, some of them motherfuckers say how much game they're getting from, what I be saying. Now, what's funny is I know not one of them motherfuckers is picking up any game. Not no real game that they're going to use. They may have liked what they heard or liked what they seen, but I guess they won't get it until they actually do. You just can't read, listen to people talk, or in any other way get this motherfucking abba-dabba unless you're willing to talk to any woman, face any problem, climb the highest mountain with the confidence you know yourself well enough to believe in your fucking thoughts. What is it about introducing new ideas to a woman? that is so much of a turn on to her. 9 out of 10 times, it's that she's heard the shit that you motherfuckers be saying damn near 1,000 times. And when she hears some fresh shit, it's just a turn on to her because it's not boring her to death. You guys need to stop that. Stop all this motherfucking boring these women to death trying to be their friends. Hey, I never have and I never will have women as friends that I go kick it with. I never will. I don't know how you guys do that shit. Was if I ask the question, so I ain't got no calls because you motherfuckers be square. But you motherfuckers, if I ask the question, why do you motherfuckers have women as friends? I might get some goddamn calls, but I ain't asking that shit because I don't really care why you motherfuckers have women as friends. I don't have no goddamn woman as friend, and they ain't gonna have one as a friend. Everyone I have or everyone I talk to, I'm trying to hit. I'm just trying to hit it. I ain't finna talk to you if I ain't trying to hit it. If you a woman. Shit. Now back to business. Why are we surprised when we read or hear something that, we were thinking? Caller, what's up?
What's up, good?
I'm good, bro. How you doing?
Doing all right. Hey, how important is chemistry? How important is chemistry in a relationship?
Hey, man, if you ain't got no motherfucking game, which you obviously don't, because fuck some chemistry. All that bullshit is just shit motherfuckers say to get you to spend money. Because chemistry is what you make it. Period. And there is no chemistry that's gonna just ignite itself. So otherwise, you just meet this person, and just because of the chemistry, chemicals, your body odor, her body odor, or whatever the fuck, none of that shit is gonna work if you ain't got no conversation and you don't know women enough to how to make them feel a certain way. Then you just gonna miss out. So to me, chemistry is like rated a 10 on the scale of 1 to 100.
The 10. Do you think that like the abracadabra? Do you think that that's you understanding chemistry, or you using?
Hey, I understand chemistry, and I definitely am using what I think is going to make her like me. And if it's something aphrodisiac about how I'm moving, and you want to relate it to chemistry, fine, man. But most of that shit has to do with how I touch her or how I make her feel while I'm talking to her.
Right. And my last question is understanding SWU and what you get from SWU. Do you think that could make you free from like?
Hey, bro, you have not fucked with SWU because if you had, I would have told you sound horrible. You don't sound very confident. You sound like a glute, really. So why don't you get how you sound together, and so you can appear to be much sharper than you may appear to be sharper than you really are. But if you just get your voice together and the way you speak together, you'll look better to whoever you're talking to. You won't be going through very many changes. I think a lot of the changes you may be going through is because of how you sound.
How I sound?
Yeah, you sound fucked up. You sound very scary. You sound like you so unsure of what you want to ask, you can't even figure the words to ask it. Cause all that shit is dead. Did you know that, man?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I understand that I probably don't sound too sure.
But listen at you now, bro. What I'm saying, you don't sound. Women like authoritative type dudes. Women like leadership qualities. And when you display that shit as you're talking, they see it, and it kind of attracts them towards you. But they also see the opposite when you don't have leadership qualities. They also see how you aren't going to be able to lead motherfuckers based on how you express yourself.
I mean, in this scenario, though, I'm not really looking to be a leader.
Hey, bro. Well, any fucking scenario you in, you looking to represent. That's what's wrong with you motherfuckers. You need a fucking phone booth so you can change into Superman. If there ain't no phone booth, you're going to remain Clark Kent. Fuck that. I don't think like that. You shouldn't either. To do the right thing should be automatic in anything you think and do. But if you need a phone booth and you cool with that, that's cool with me. You got something else, bro?
I was just really curious about. That's it. That's all I had. I appreciate you.
All right, bro. Be cool.
All right.
Caller, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, Rosebud?
I'm good.
Good. So I just wanted to get some clarification about the gift cards. So I know we need to have our name.
Hey, bro, that stuff you paid for, man. Why you gonna give it away free?
You're right. Copy that.
Get at me on my email.
Will do. All right, appreciate you.
Be cool. All right. So the thing that you guys need to understand, and I'm very serious when I say this. You motherfuckers think because you catch the bus, you can catch the bus and get up on some game. You can't catch the bus and get up. If you have to use the bus as transportation, that's not stopping you from coming up with game. But I'm talking about because you use it, meaning you not really using what you can have. You ain't really gonna get no fucking game. You ain't gonna get no game just because you say you want to get some game. You got to be out there and turn little situations into winnable situations for you with the game you have, because that's what game does for you. It stops you from losing. Now, motherfuckers be liking what they hear me say, but they're not gonna get it until they do. You can't read or listen to me talking to Tay, or you can't overhear shit and this lace you with game. What it can do is motivate you, give you something else to think about, something different to think about. But the game is gonna come from you using your head with this information and coming up with something different. That's what a game can come in. You got to figure out ways to do the same thing. Every motherfucker ain't no rob a bank, but every motherfucker needs some money. So shit, it's just ways to do shit. Now, when we hear or see something that we was thinking, Why are we surprised? Because you got to be able to see what God is doing when he's working for you. Now, say you was thinking about being a person who knows about a lot of different shit, but you can't figure out a particular direction to take. You know, not that I have anything to do with what God does, I'm not saying that, but he allowed you to see my video, and from it you see clearly. You know what? That's my alarm going off. My class is, I can't be late to it. So you guys, we're gonna have to cut this short. I gotta get with my class. But I thought it was a reason why I shouldn't have started this right now. But it's cool. Hey, I gotta roll out.